Hello, it's the Scarlet Gentleman again. I'm doing these videos back to back. This is Berlin. It's a graphic novel from Jason Lutes, book one. I found it at Newbury Comics. It's my local comic store, and it was on the clearance rack. So it's like, my comic fare is pretty much relegated to superhero stuff. I love superheroes obviously unabashedly, and so every week I go down there to get my fix, and I pick up my comics, and I go over by the graphic novel clearance rack to see if there's anything interesting. And the price was right for this, so I went flicking through the book, and I like the art. It's very, very crisp, very, very European. And as I read this book, because originally these came out in comic book form originally, just like TV shows get compiled into DVD sets, and so you can binge watch all of them. And when I read this, it's basically a Berlin. It was the first day. Berlin during the 1920s, the late 1920s. It's going to chart the rise of the Nazi Party, the rise of fascism in Berlin during that time period. And you get to meet, let's see, what's his name? Berlin. Jason's captive set in the twilight years of Germany's Weimar Republic. Kurt Severing, a journalist, and Martha Mulder, an art student, are the central figures in a broad cast of characters intertwined with the historical events unfolding around them. Covers 8 months in Berlin from September 1928 to May Day 1929, meticulously documenting the hopes and struggles of its inhabitants as their future is darkened by a growing shadow. Says it better than I ever could. But as I was flipping through it, it was actually like reading an actual prose novel. The art is very detailed, and it's obviously this thing was very, very well researched. You actually believed in these characters, and I found myself getting slowly sucked in. And of course, it's not just those two characters; they bounce around ensemble, like different people. In the past, they take one woman leaves her husband, who's like a total, he's a total believer in National Socialism. She joins the Communist Party and tries to make a better life for herself, for her and her kids. He's an abusive husband. She ends up getting involved in the May Day parade, which turns tragic. Poverty abounds. So poverty basically breeds desperate people, and desperate people try to look for their own answers. And that's why some people went over to National Socialism. Hitler gets mentioned once, and that's why other people went to the Communist Party. And those two forces were arrayed against each other on a collision course that takes 8 months to get to. And the thing that gets mentioned quite a bit in Berlin is that, second only to Paris, Berlin was the city of free thinkers and artists and just bohemian attitudes. And for the city to go from that to, let's face it, an enclave of goose-stepping fascism makes you really say, yeah, it could happen anywhere. I bet you they thought it couldn't happen there, but it did. But yeah, I really, really got into the characters. The artist is really, really good at human expression and silent cues when you're reading how like one character is misunderstanding the other. And as an omniscient viewer, you can see how this relationship's not going to work out, or this is going to end badly. And yeah, I really, really got sucked into it. So I basically went on Amazon, through use, and got book 2, because I'm the type of comic fan that an independent comic creator probably doesn't like, because I generally go for superhero stuff with comics, and I very, very rarely ever read, well, any other genre. But this is the first one that really drew me in and opened my eyes to the possibility of the, of the medium. Just like the body language, like how people interact with each other. And I love the clean artwork. It's been compared to Tintin, which is very popular in Europe. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. And if I ever have a chance, the price is always the thing that gets me to try something new, something I normally wouldn't try. I hate to say it, but I don't have disposable ink cash to say, yeah, I'll try this comic. It might be cool. The pictures look great, and you try it out, and then all of a sudden they don't have the money to put out a second issue. That's the problem with independent publishers. A lot of them just don't have the marketing power or the resources as the big two, DC, Marvel, well, big three, DC, Marvel, Image, and there's a couple others too. But still, if you go to a lesser known imprint, it's going to be harder to market the thing. It's going to be harder to keep it consistently monthly. I mean, yeah, if I didn't like superheroes, I'd be like sick of them myself because the entire market is still dominated by them. Still, I want to say like 90%. So, yeah, if you ever have a chance, you want to try something new, it's like reading a movie. And I look forward to the second book coming to my mailbox soon. Hope all is well. Scholar Gentleman signing out.